Okay, morning guys. We're going to have a little look today at factorising, and we're going to factorise quadratics. Okay, now quadratics means, we talked about it before, an x squared term, so a power of 2, and then you have a normal x term normally found in the middle of the expression, and then a number on its own. Okay, now we're going to focus today, as you can see from all the examples going down the page, without numbers in front of the x squared. Okay, and that number in front would be called a coefficient, but we are going to focus purely on the examples where we don't have a number in front of this x squared. Okay, that number would be 1 at the moment, and it will remain 1 for all our examples today. So we're going to have a look first of all at this number that lies on the end. Okay, so we're going to focus on that -6, and we're going to be thinking about then pairs or numbers or factors, is that key word, that makes 6. So we could have 6 and 1, or we could have 3 and 2. Okay, then we're going to pick one of these pairs to try and make by adding or subtracting the number that lies in the middle. Okay, now that number there is a 1x, so we're trying to make 1. Now out of those, if I was to pick 6 and 1 just to start off with, I'd be thinking about 6 add 1, well that makes 7, that doesn't give me the right answer, or even 6 take away 1 gives me 5. So I can't make 1 using these two pairs of numbers. I would be thinking about the 3 and the 2. Okay, so 3 and then subtracting 2 from it would leave me with 1. Okay, so we're going to have a pair of brackets, and x will always be, for our examples today, at the start of those brackets. X times x makes x squared, which is what we want at the start. This 3 and 2 is the pair we are picking. They multiply together to give this number on the end, which is 6. And then we need to think about how I'm going to use the 3 and the 2, adding or subtracting to make 1, okay? So I would be thinking about +3 and then taking away 2, and that would leave me with 1, okay? Now the other thing to remember is, because this is a -6, +3 multiplied by -2 does give me -6, okay? So if you were to use FOIL, expanding your brackets, you would get back to this original expression. Let's have a look at this next one then. Same principle, focusing then again on this number that's on the end, okay, that +6. So we're thinking about pairs of numbers again which multiply together to make 6. So we got 6 and 1, or 3 and 2. Then we're going to think about which pair I'm going to be able to use to make +5, okay? Now, you can be thinking, well, both of these actually at the moment could make 5, okay? So I've got 6 and 1, so 6 take away 1 gives me 5. And also 3 + 2 gives me 5, okay? Now this is a typical example where you've got to be careful of the signs. Now this is an entirely positive expression, okay? All pluses, which means I can't have any taken away or negative signs inside my brackets. So I can't choose 6 take away 1, because if I was to multiply those two things together, 6 times by -1, that gives me -6, and that's not what I've got, okay? So because this is all positive, I've got to be choosing this pair, because that would be adding 3 + 2. So again, open up your brackets. You can have x at the start of both of them always. X times x gives you the x squared bit. Then I'm choosing my pair, which is 3 and 2. That gives me my 3 times 2 +6. And then I'm adding 3 and adding 2, and that gives me my +5. Okay? Next one then. Thinking about x squared + 9x + 20. So we're thinking first of all then of pairs of numbers that multiply together to make 20. So we could have 20 and 1, we could have 10 and 2, or we can have 5 and 4. Okay, now one of these pairs has got to be able to add or subtract to make 9, okay? And hopefully that pair there, 5 and 4, is screaming out at you as the obvious one. 5 + 4 gives you 9, okay? Now what you will notice, and I will go back to this one as well, is we are tending to pick the pair of numbers that's closest together, okay? And 99% of the time, you should try the pair of numbers that is closest together to give you the answer for your brackets, okay? It doesn't always work. You'll always get that random example where it doesn't, but try that pair first that's closest together. So we're checking out x at the front of both of my brackets. So x times x gives me my x squared. I chose my 5 times 4 because multiplying those two numbers together makes 20. So I'm going to put 5 and 4 inside those brackets. And then I'm thinking of how about I'm using these in order to make +9. So I'm adding 5 and adding 4. So I'd be starting +5 on my number line, and add in 4, okay? If you wanted to, write them the other way round. So you could have your plus 4 first and then your plus 5 second. It makes no difference, okay? You can write your numbers either way round inside your brackets and that's still the correct answer, okay? Last one on this page then. So we're going to focus then again on this plus 9 on the end, okay? We're going to think about pairs of numbers and multiply together to make 9. So we've got 9 and 1, or I could have 3 and 3, okay? Now I'm trying to add or subtract one of these pairs in order to make 10, okay? So it is actually that pair. If we think about 3 and 3, 3 plus 3 gives me 6. Even if I take them away from each other, it would give me either 0 or minus 6 if I put them both as minuses. But we know, because this is all positive, I can't have any negatives inside my brackets. So I've got to choose this one. 9 plus 1 does give me 10, okay? So again, open up your brackets. You're going to think then about putting x at the start of both of those brackets. Your 9 and 1 inside the brackets. Doesn't matter if you want to put them the other way around. You can put the 1 there and the 9 there. Then think about your signs. We're going to start on plus 9 on my number line. And then I would have to go up 1 in order to reach plus 10. Okay? And that then is your expression.